Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video. Today we are going to do picks for week 12 of the NFL season. Last week, I went 10-5. Not that bad. We could have gotten some more, but hey, you know what? This is a pretty good record. And we'll start off this week with the Buffalo Bills heading over to the Houston Texans. Now, for this game, the Bills have kind of a bad run defense. They can do well pass defense though. However, I think this game is going to be close. The Texans do have a good defense as well. They don't have the best offense, but their run game is the better part of the offense right now. CJ Stroud should be out. So I think this game is going to be pretty close. I am going to go with the Bills. I trust the Bills offense more with Josh Allen. However, I would not be shocked if Woody Marks makes this that close to the game. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Chicago Bears. The Steelers. Yeah, they lost Aaron Rodgers with injury. They still won though, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers is injured. The Bears, they pulled off another close one against the Vikings. Now, for this game, right? I don't know how much Aaron Rodgers' injury is going to impact him if he is going to play. I haven't read anything that much, but I think he might end up playing. And if he does play, I absolutely am going to go with the Bears. And he's just injured right now to really pick against the Bears right now. And the Bears could end up pulling up another close win. So I wouldn't go with the Bears here. Next up, we have the New England Patriots going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Ja'Marr Chase is going to be out for the Bengals, man. This is not going to be a good game. The Patriots are just more talented across the board. Joe Flacco did not play that well last week. And I just don't trust the Bengals rushing game to really do it. I think the Patriots is going to win this game. And I don't think this is really going to be that close of one. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions, who's facing off against the New York Giants. Now, the Giants kept it close to the Packers, and will they this time? Jackson Dart may end up playing, so I think he will be able to keep it closer than expected. The Lions, yeah, they lost to the Eagles, but the Eagles are a tough team. I think the Lions do bounce back and get the win here, and maybe a little bit closer than like what the spread is saying. But I'm gonna go with Detroit here. They just have more talented of a roster for me to pick against them, especially against the Giants, who has just not played well in defense, and so over the past few weeks. So I'm just gonna go with the Lions here. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Green Bay Packers. Can I just say that, okay, the Vikings, bad offense, okay, defense. They should have a good running game, though. The Packers, you kept it close to the Giants, even with the Giants' defense not being that great. And that offense, I just don't trust the offense right now. I don't trust really that much of either offense, and I'm gonna be real. I actually like the Vikings defense better, and actually because of the running game, I'm actually going to pick the Vikings here. This is my upset of the week because I'm just not sold by the Packers at all. That Giants game was a bit close. They lost to the Eagles. They lost to the Panthers in the past 3 weeks. So this just seems like one of those games that the Packers just is going to lose. And the Vikings ended up bouncing back from in that close loss. So, yeah, I'm going to have the Vikings win this game. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks and Tennessee Titans. Do I even have to explain this one, honestly? They're 1-9. Their only win for the Titans was against the Cardinals, which whatever happened in that game. So I'm going to pick Seattle. Seattle's going to bounce back. There's really not much else to be said with this one, honestly. Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Colts, they won by, but they've been maybe Daniel Jones has regressed again, but I think he's still going to be doing rather well. The Chiefs, you could say it's the Broncos' fourth quarter luck, but they ended up losing it again. For this game, I just don't know if I trust the Chiefs enough, actually, because it's been a few weeks now, and Rasheed Rice, while the offense has been generally better, they've been better against worse defenses. So I'm not sure how much more I trust the Chiefs compared to last time. And honestly, I feel like for the Colts, that Steelers game was maybe more of a fluke one, considering how the Steelers is so up and down. So I am going to pick the Colts here. I would not be super shocked if the Chiefs end up winning, but I'll go with Colts. Next up, we have the New York Jets going up against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens kept it close against the Browns, while the Jets, there's no explaining it. The Jets are moving on to Tyler Taylor, and he's not really that good. I'm taking the Ravens. The Jets are just not a good team this year, and the Ravens at least have been winning games ever since. Is there a bye? So I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens here. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Browns, can we just say that these two teams are just not that great teams? And Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting, so that's going to be fun for the Browns. However, I'm going to say the same thing that I did with the Vikings game. I think the Browns' rushing game is actually going to win them the game because their defense actually held the Ravens to 23 points this past week. And Geno is not really that good. So I'm hesitant with Shedeur Sanders. However, I think they do end up taking the win here. And I'm going to pick the Browns. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Arizona Cardinals. The Jaguars. I mean, they I don't know how, but they ended up just beating the Chargers by a lot. And the Cardinals, even with 47 completions, you could not really beat the 49ers. Now, throughout the game, the Cardinals was playing from behind, and that probably led to their, and with Emari Demercado getting injured, to a not so good watching outage in his last game. And I think that probably hurt them because the rushing game does help the passing game. I hold that mentality. So I think with Trey Benson possibly coming back, their rushing game is going to be better again. And I think that's actually going to cause the Cardinals to win this game. I think the Jaguars just come back down to earth after that huge win. And the Cardinals just pull it off. Next up, we have the Eagles going up against the Dallas Cowboys. One has such a good defense, and one does not. The other has a good offense, but the other kind of does. Yeah, this game may be a little bit closer, but at the same time, Dallas's offense has not been super consistent. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Eagles win. Their defense is just that much better right now. And I just don't think the Eagles is going to lose this one. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons going up against the New Orleans Saints. yeah, for the Falcons, they lost Penix. They lost Drake London for this week, at least for London, out for the season for Penix. That's a tough blow, especially when Kirk Cousins did not play that well this past week. Here's the scenario, right? I know I said Vikings. I know I said Browns. This time I'm going Saints because I feel like the Saints just had a little bit better of a defense and actually is more well suited to face the Falcons. So I'm going to go with the Saints here and to get their third win, and probably the first time in since their week 5 matchup against the Giants. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints here. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the Los Angeles Rams. Yeah, the Buccaneers continue to not play all too well. The Rams didn't either, but they were against the Seattle defense. The Bucs, I don't think I can really excuse that one as much, honestly. But yeah, even against the defense, the Rams still did better than what the Bucs has. So I am going to pick the Rams here, and yeah, they just continue to win a lot. And finally, we have the Carolina Panthers going up against the San Francisco 49ers. The Panthers kind of benefited from the Falcons losing their main players because that game was lost until then, honestly. The 49ers, they just blew out the Cardinals, and I just don't see any world where the Panthers actually end up winning this week. I think the Panthers just end up losing. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please make sure you hit the like button. I know this was a quick one because I'm kind of wanting it short this time. But if you liked it, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.